and get through what we need to get through. Thank you guys for moving through things last week when I wasn't able to be here. Sometimes things pop up with me last minute for work stuff. So I appreciate you guys still moving forward. Kimber, thank you for jumping in there for me and following up on everything that I had asked you guys to take care of last week. So let's jump in with the minutes from last week's meeting. Yes, Karen, I remembered for once in probably a year. Did everybody have an opportunity to get those, read over them? Anybody have any corrections that need to be made to them? Perfect. Welcome, Erin, from wherever you are. Somebody want to make a motion to adopt the minutes? Can't hear you, Karen.
I was just saying, anyone, I need to move since I wrote them, but.
Yeah, and I can't do it with my position, so.
I move to adopt the minutes.
Thank you, Natasha.
Seconded.
Thank you, Nathan. Anybody opposed? Perfect. That wasn't terrible. Okay, we're going to kick off with, I'm going to jump into updates from everybody first. Take care of anything that needs to be taken care of from last week. And then I have a couple of updates for you guys and then just some commission business to discuss and we'll move on. So I'm gonna start with Lisa's update. She got stuck in Corvallis, can't be here just yet. Lisa, Aaron, and I met at the park last night. We got a vendor count confirmed right now of about 18. She expects to get about 7 more in. So that's pretty good, considering the limited event that we're putting on. We spent quite a bit of time last night at the park figuring out how we were going to map it. It's going to be very different this year, but we'll make it happen. So we are prepared to move forward with getting that map done. Aaron and Lisa will kind of work behind the scenes to get everybody placed and get all the information out to them. So with that, we'll move over to you, Aaron, with any park updates that you have, any needs that you have.
I got fencing today, temporary fencing, so we're getting that all situated. Update-wise, I think we're in good shape. Park's shaping up.
Good deal. Is there anything that you are going to need to place an order for that we didn't talk about? I know that we're okay probably on electrical. We need to get our signs ordered here pretty quick, like.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, just need a list of signs and get those going. So. Okay.
I have a running list of those, so I'll get that over to you sometime over the weekend.
Okay. We're gonna reorder. Do we order those through Mungo or what's the other place? Out in Rick Rail.
Service Graphics.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, he's got most of our files out there. The normal one of the things that we talked about last night, as far as signage in the park goes, we were talking about sticking with some generic CDC signs, which we can buy online pretty quickly. I don't want to get into any masking update or mandates. I don't want to get into anything too technical. Just some basic signs saying, that everybody needs to follow whatever the CDC guidelines are. So it'll be simple, to the point, and we'll have them out along with the regular ones that we put out. We also talked about, because our vendors are going to look different this year and how they're placed. I think Lisa and I are going to get together and make some signs that will kind of point out where the vendors are. So we'll have a few vendors up top and some down at the bottom. We're probably going to leave C Street completely open, which is going to help with the gates, getting people in and having a designated access. Aaron, we just need to make sure that we're still cognizant of accessibility to the corner there up at the top. So signage wise, I think we're on the right track with all of that, all the normal stuff, plus the CDC signs and a vendor sign. unless anybody can think of any that we need that we don't normally have.
I have a quick question. I'm not a huge fan of QR codes, but they're kind of the thing right now. Would it be worth creating one that lists who all the vendors are so that people could scan it and at least see who everyone is that's there?
I think that's a good idea, actually.
Because we could even have a map, and it would come up on their phone and they can see at least who's there. So if they're looking for someone that they always go to every year, they'll be able to find them.
I think that's a really good idea.
I can work on that. I'll just need to know how fancy we want to get, but even a simple QR code that then just lists who the vendors are, that'd be easy to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a map from Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then she has to hang out with me.
Well, she has Wi-Fi needs, so I think she said she was going to head over to your house soon. Anybody have any thoughts on that idea? I was going to say, give a thumbs up or a thumbs down on your screen. We don't have a talkative group tonight. That's good. All right. Okay, Natasha, obviously, you know Lisa well enough that you two can work together and partner on that to make that happen. It's a really good idea, and it'll save me a lot of time of creating those myself. So I appreciate
that.
Then
you don't have to print anything either. People aren't walking around with paper, which makes trash.
So. All right. Great idea. Love it. Okay. Erin, you're good on your update, right?
Yep. I think I'm cruising along just fine.
Perfect. Shannon and Vicky, how are we doing on wristband sales?
Okay, to the best of my ability. The numbers sold or, given away for free on the 3rd of July, we're at about 1,800. And for the 4th, we're at 2,100, almost 2,200. I dropped off another 500 Schwab this afternoon. And Vicky and I are going out early next week to do the 3rd count and collect cash. Still no money from the brew, so the money doesn't add up. But his figures are included in what I just gave you. I said that includes the hotel, but I haven't dropped off the hotels, and I will try to get that done. I've just been so swamped at work. I haven't been able to get there.
Okay. We need to push these a little bit better. I don't want the mad dash at the gates. I know that our communication has been very clear of buy your wristbands ahead of time. And we haven't put it out there that they'll be available for purchase at the gates if there's any left. However, somebody has commented about that kind of on social media. I tried to sway away from that and let people know that odds are they're going to be sold out because I don't want to be dealing with sales the night of. So Natasha, can we work on getting some more media pushed out on the community chat pages? Just, a reminder of places that they could buy them, that, wristbands are going, you need to get them before they're gone type of promotion.
Yeah, I'm waiting for some Spanish translation. Once I have that, I was going to just go a little bit crazy, but
perfect.
I can do it without, I can start.
I asked for the translation and I haven't gotten it yet. And Natasha, if I don't get it tomorrow, then I'll find another source and get it to you by the end of the day.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how long we want to wait or if I should just start. I mean, I'd like to do both, but we need to get the info out too.
Yeah. Go ahead, Karen.
I would like to get the message out there that we will not be selling at the gate, because that's been the whole plan. So that way we don't have to worry about volunteers and money and all of that stuff. But we will have an opportunity to sell wristbands day of if we have some left over. So.
Okay. Natasha, I do want to wait as long as, like Karen said, it's by the end of day tomorrow, because we do need to get it out there, but I want to make sure we can get the message out to our entire community. Yeah. And include everybody in that message. So let's go ahead and hold off and just really push for that translation tomorrow and then have a field day with it.
Okay.
Is it possible either on the community page, and maybe Kimber can answer this, and the city page to pin those posts to the top? So we don't keep putting them out there?
So the community chat page, I put the graphic that Natasha developed as the header on the page. So right now it's the main picture. In full fairness, I did then immediately send a message to Mayor Kuntz and to ask if they have a Facebook header image developed for any of their social media. And if so, let me know. And I would continue to just put them on a swapping loop because I can schedule that to do that. Try not to show favoritism. But it just says, here's the dates, here's the times, and wristbands, must be purchased to go in. So it's the simple one, which is exactly what we needed. That's the top there. I can schedule the dropping of the other images. There's a whole bunch in there that Natasha has, but the ones that are appropriate to drop, on a regular basis, or we could create a focused link, like a topic for the event, and we can just pop a bunch of stuff in there, but people have to choose to go follow that topic. So I don't know if that's a better solution or not.
Is there money to boost it to, and I don't can we boost, you can on Facebook, select a demographic, and we can say Independence Monmouth 18 and up, and pay $100 and have it boost for 3 days. And then it will just show up on people's pages without them looking for it. Is there money to do that?
And yeah, you guys can do that. It would probably be more appropriate to do it from the Independence Days page than from the community chat page.
Yeah, no, it would have to
but
be.
Yeah, it is possible to do that and boost the post. Janice and I used that the first year, I think, that we set that page up. I don't remember what for, but there was a reason that we played with that. So it is possible.
From the community page, it wouldn't work because you'd have to be a member to be able to see the boost, I think. So
right. And we have to kind of be cognizant of it supposing to be a, non-biased midline, right? Like we wouldn't want to pay to use our platform to pay for paid advertising for one city.
I'll ask Tom if we can boost something on the city page.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to answer quickly, but I've had a very long night and long day in the state ECC standing up an operation. So I'm kind of mush right now. So I apologize if I sound like I don't know what the heck word I want to come out of my mouth next.
Well, we can do it from the indie page, Facebook page. I just don't know if there's a budget and how that works.
Yeah, we can definitely do it. $100 is more than doable. I can work that in there. I know that we kind of have shied away from our Indie Days social media just because of the wide reach that we have. But if this ad is targeted, locally, I mean, it's still going to be out there on our Facebook page. So it's gonna go around everywhere. So we just need to make sure that, the message is very clear, very, very transparent, that, wristbands will be a must. I don't want people driving down from Portland thinking that we're putting on our normal show and then get turned away at the gate. It would make for some pretty rough nights for people. So, yeah, definitely. And Natasha, you should have the capability of being able to boost a post. I think I made you full admin on the Facebook page.
Yeah, I just have to know how to pay for it.
Okay.
I have a credit card if I need to.
Yep.
And I can pay for it and get reimbursed. I just don't know what the process is, but we can talk about that offline.
Absolutely. It will be easiest to use Aaron's. Otherwise, we have to write a PO for you and then wait for it to get reimbursed. So if you just get with Aaron, he can just get that taken care of.
Okay.
All righty. Good deal. You're muted, Shannon.
Kendra has her hand up.
Go ahead, Kendra.
Yeah. Thank you. I just have a quick question. Are we doing anything for residents who might not be online or might not be connected to those community pages?
We have some posters up that Shannon put out quite a while ago. We are going to have more put up down specifically in the park, and then with more details. Shannon put out some really good preliminary ones, and Natasha came up with ones after we had some details that we should be getting up here real soon. So we generally will put posters up throughout both towns.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And we'll see about getting something at the library's moving sign.
Yeah.
Natasha,
Yeah.
Karen does have a credit card as well. If you don't connect with me.
Okay. Probably easier for me to hunt down Karen.
Yeah, most of the time.
As well, Kendra, I did a pretty extensive interview with the IO that detailed all of that as well. So, and they'll usually run a couple of stories before the event hits. So it should be out there in print as well. All righty. Shannon, Vicky, anything else from you guys? Do you need anything from us? Doing good?
Need counting support, but other than that, no.
Okay.
You want me to just let you know what's going on with the volunteers and the volunteer forum that we have out there?
Yep.
We only have 12 volunteers signed up. We really need to push, and most of them are for the 3rd. So we really need some folks to volunteer for the 4th. Aaron, we only got one person willing to set up and tear down. So obviously we need a few more there too. But several people who are volunteering on the 3rd said, just sign me up for anything. So, and I did indicate that some of the tasks were physical labor. So I want to make sure people are informed.
And I tried my appeal to the folks in the air park and the Boy Scouts, and the Boy Scouts have some other commitments over that weekend. So they said they were spread too thin and didn't get any response from the air park folks, but I will try again.
Okay. So Shannon, at some point in time, we're probably, I want to say by June 25th, let's sit down and allocate exactly where those volunteers are going to go, because that is going to determine whether or not we put these family games out.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh, thank you, Jason. We want to allocate where those volunteers are going to go, what they're going to do. I have some names to send along your way too. Obviously, we still are working on logistics with trash, but I've got about 5 or 6 teenage boys that are going to jump in there. Definitely not enough, but 5 or 6 more than what's on your list. So
if you could, you did send me Molly Hawkins. If you could send me her contact information.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Karen, did you have something to say?
No, you were just talking about the family games. Are they going to be like what you had done before with the kits and things, or what are you talking?
Yeah. So if we have enough volunteers to staff the family games, we're going to pull out the games that we had at the block parties last year.
Okay.
But as a commission, we're taxed on what we can do already. So if we don't have community support to help man those games, then we just won't be able to bring them out. And I want to bring them out. I want to offer, more things for families to do, especially considering, they're going to be, it's free activities for them to come out and do together as a family. But we have to have the support to help run them. And it's not, I don't think it's a big ask. I mean, we're talking 4 to 8. So it's just 4 hours of time for people to volunteer for that aspect of it. Of course, we have other aspects and other needs, but.
And I know this is last minute, and I know that this is going to be a no, but I just wanted to put this out there. But have we considered having something like just putting several cornhole sets out or something? People can just do pickup games, where we, don't have to supervise.
Yep, we have them out every year. We usually put them up by the stage. They're kept in the connexes with all of our supplies and stuff. So we'll get them out. We probably need to pull them out. Why are you smiling, Aaron?
I don't know any cornhole games.
Yeah, they're the red, white, and blue ones.
Well, maybe they are in there, but
yeah.
I was like, really?
Well, okay, let me rephrase that. They were put away year after last at our last big event. I hope they're still there. So yeah, we definitely put that stuff out. And the main reason why we would need those other games staffed is I know that the block party that I staffed last year was pretty active because we were lucky enough to have Pinkies there. So there was always a lot of people there. Getting the games set up and taken, after they were played, getting them set back up again was kind of a chore. people didn't always put things back and stuff. So I think that if we just put them out and left the games unattended, it wouldn't go very well. Cornhole definitely can be, and some other games that we have, but the other stuff we
Imagine
definitely.
the scooter races, them flat cart scooter races down B Street.
I'm
that
telling
hill.
you,
I mean, we get some distance on that stuff.
we're gonna do real life human hungry hippos one year. It's gonna happen. Probably before the mechanical bull. Don't worry, Tino. But, yeah. So I mean, that's the key to it. Shannon.
We wanted to talk about this tonight. The Polk County Public Health folks want to buy wristbands as an incentive to get vaccinated. So Janice and I talked earlier in the week about it, and we wanted to make a decision tonight so I can get back with her tomorrow with an answer.
So I did run it by the city just to make sure that there would not be any conflict there. And the city gave us the go ahead that if it's something that we want to do, we are more than welcome to sell them to them to give away to people. But again, it's not my decision, it's our decision. Does anybody have any thoughts about it? Does anybody have any issues that they would like to express about not doing that?
Do we have to buy them back if they don't get rid of them?
I was going to say, can we, if they don't get the COVID shots, can they donate them to foster families?
Why do you have to go get so technical?
I don't know.
Why can't you just simple yes or no?
Yes, I'm cool with it no matter what, but I mean, just saying.
I mean, they're all co-located with all the Polk County Resource Center kind of stuff. So I would imagine, they can. The thing is, I don't want to get into the business of having to track where they've gone from public health. Just give them to public health.
And let public health deal with it.
Yeah, if you don't sell them, then feel free to give them to, foster kids or whomever they come in contact with. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
If they want to buy them, then they can distribute them to whoever they want to give them to if they don't give up for that kind of thing. So
Okay, I'll talk to them tomorrow. What do they want?
If they're promoting them as like an incentive, they might also be promoting the event too. So it might be also helpful to give them some verbiage of also if people are interested in buying their own or coming, that it is wristband is needed. So just making sure that message is clear, I would think. But I like that idea.
Okay.
Give them some of those business posters.
Yep.
Yeah. Dutch Bros needs to have some sort of poster because they've asked like 10 times. Not that I go to Dutch Bros 10 times in one day, but I mean, maybe I do. But they've asked every time I've pulled up, what's the plan? What's the plan? So
who's that, Aaron?
Dutch Bros.
Oh, Dutch Brothers. Okay. I'm sorry. I drink coffee, so I don't know the.
Oh, geez. Sorry. You don't know the lingo. Yeah.
Okay. Do they want wristbands or they just want some information?
Just information. The little information cards that we used to give out or whatever. I know I don't know that we're doing those this year, but maybe posters or somebody.
I'll get a couple of things that Natasha put together and drop them off.
Shannon, do you want some help with the drop-off stuff or delivering those things to wherever Polk County Health is?
I want your help with counting.
I was just gonna jump in there and
I'm
say, yeah, Shannon, let me know when you're ready to count. I'm more than happy to jump in there.
Oh, you have no idea, Janice. Quite the week last week.
Okay, just let me know. I mean, it's got to be in the evening time, but I'll come over every night if we need to.
I mean, I think we've got it down now. It's the first time we did it together last week, so I think we've got a system. But it's just, you can't imagine what these wristbands look like when we go in to count them. I mean, they're not the nice neat orderly packets I gave them. They're all flying out of the bags and stuff and torn out.
I had visions of we just pick up the packet and look at the numbers and go with our no.
Yeah. It doesn't work that way.
Are you guys, when you pick up, are you counting what they have left still?
Yes, we're counting what's on hand.
Oh.
How else would you do it?
I was more envisioning they're numbered. So
no, they take ones from different sheets. They don't go in order. So it would be an absolute nightmare to try to figure out what's missing if we go by the numbers. Because in some cases we gave them 500.
Right.
Trying to sort out all the sheets to figure out, what numbers are missing from the sequence would be an absolute nightmare.
Wow. Yeah, I was more thinking you gave them 500 at the end of it. As you collected the money. if there was 200 left, they either give you 200 wristbands or $400, one of the two.
Well, in a lot of
Okay.
cases, like I told you last week, a lot of cases, the money is not adding up. It's, if you take a look at Les Schwab, they got like 15 people doing this. So
Mhm.
reaching into the bag and doing stuff. And the other situation is businesses that are staffed with one person aren't able to give it the attention maybe that they should or could.
Right.
And I don't want to make anybody feel bad because I think everybody's trying to do the best they can do
Mhm.
under the circumstances. But yeah, I mean, the first time we went in and looked at them, it's like, there's no way we're going to track numbers. I mean, I have the numbers, I know who got what, but I can't figure out a way to reconcile the actual numbers they got with what they've got left. It would be a nightmare.
Okay, let's I'll meet up with you or at least call you when I get back into town Sunday. We'll figure something out, figure out how I can jump in and help there. Okay. So yes, Karen.
Sorry, before we move away from wristbands, which kind of is this topic, is our meeting last week. We wanted to confirm that the 8,000 limit, is that 8,000 wristbands plus then the volunteers, or is that 8,000? Is it going to be like, say, 7,500 individuals and then the 500 volunteers?
Yeah, no, that's going to be 8,000 patrons into the park.
Okay.
And then, I mean, our staff and vendors obviously we are not having the 85 vendors that we normally have. Between the staff, the vendors and the volunteers, it's not going to have a significant impact on how many, people are in there. So yeah, that'll be 8,000 guests in the park plus us.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
At the last meeting, we were talking about getting the wristband info out on the reader boards in town. How do we go about doing that?
Karen, you want to take that one? You were talking about having it up on the library.
Yeah, I can do the library. I don't know about other reader boards. I don't know how to.
Because then there's like MyNet, and like if we could get it up on the Grove reader board.
Yeah, I can take care of MyNet.
First Baptist has one too.
Mm-hmm. And then there's that one that's like, it's not a reader board, but it's in somebody's yard when you drive out of town.
Oh yeah, out on 51.
Yeah.
That's how I know whose birthday it is.
Yeah, I don't know whose that is, but if we could get it on there, that'd be great.
So give me a message, because they're going to want them small messages. So get me the message and I will contact all of the folks with reader boards that you've been let me.
Okay.
Eat.
It's Junior and Helga, but I can't think of what their last name is.
Well, they're very festive people and they know a lot of people.
She's from St. Patrick's.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All righty. That's a good idea, Natasha, getting all that out there.
I could probably help with getting a number or something to see if we can get an advertisement there.
Cool. All right, Nathan.
Hello.
Hello.
So I think all systems are go. I've been in contact with all of the bands. So they're all aware of their start times and footing in the world. I did receive a couple questions that I would throw out, mostly concerning the old time fiddlers, which are an aged demographic of folks, and depending on the type of heat we're dealing with. I was at a meeting regarding the summer concert series last night, and I found out that we have access to the Gator with a trailer, right? Are we going to be able to use that? Okay, good. Because the old time fiddlers were wondering about getting their gear and their seats. They like to bring their own chairs sometimes. Getting everything over to the stage area. Also, will there be a motor route kind of to the back of the stage for the very old people that are in the old time fiddler?
So in the past, Alex has utilized the off-spray gate entrance, which is kind of the motor vehicle entrance. We'll have an opening gate there that can allow for concert stuff to go in and out. But
Great.
generally, we try to keep the concert people parked outside in that. We'll designate a few spots in that parking area over there for the concert people or whatnot.
Okay.
And then they get transported their gear and stuff on that trailer and the gator to the back of the stage. And so basically it's, front row drop off kind of thing. Go up the stairs and they're good to go. So that'll be your mode of transportation for your bands.
Okay. In the case of the Old Time Fiddlers, it's a bunch of different people arriving. They'll probably show up around the same time, but a lot of them can't even walk the distance of the parking lot to the stage, like depending on the heat.
Yeah. You should be able to directly pick them up from their car and drop them at the steps to go up to the stage.
With the gator?
With the gator, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
As well, Nathan, is we'll have a tent set up behind the trailer as well to give them shade, and then typically we'll have some coolers and water out and stuff.
Can I order another tent?
2.
Sweet. I like it. That's a great answer.
Nathan, I have due to Aaron's generosity of giving up some of his budget line items for our event this year. I think I'm going to be able to shift some funds your way for us to, I'm open to ideas that you have, if you need, funding for whatever, but I was thinking typically we will do some crowd engagement stuff, things to give away to the crowd, things to kind of get them engaged in stuff. I really didn't allocate a whole lot of funds for it this year because we don't have the income that we normally do. But Aaron is not going to need some of the funding that we had set aside for him. So I'll connect with you offline and just put that thought in your head that, we'll have some stuff out there.
You can only have the money if you listen to my joke.
Don't tell it now because I want you to tell it from the main stage.
Oh, but then the commission will hear it. It's a really good little joke. So why did the cowboy buy a wiener dog?
I don't know.
Because everybody always told him, "Get along, little doggy."
Oh, that's good.
So
Aaron, you have crossed the threshold of dad jokes.
There we go. See, it's perfect.
You're in the zone with the dad jokes.
Yeah.
Now you can have that.
All right, Nathan, I'll send you some information on things that we've done in the past, but again, feel free to change it up however you want to.
Cool. That sounds fun.
Yeah,
thanks,
it's a lot of fun.
Thanks, Aaron.
Tino, do you want to jump in with anything that you need from us? Any updates you have? Any concerns?
I know at this point I'll be finalizing our security contracts and really just putting together our deployment plan. But much like somebody else had mentioned, volunteers on the 3rd and 4th, it is definitely lopsided on the 3rd, and we'll scrape together what we can for the 4th.
Okay, perfect. Kimber?
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the same way. I'm pushing it out to my team regularly. I have not gotten any commitments back from the other groups I reached out to, but wasn't really expecting to. At this point, I think that we're probably going to end up with, maybe one gate supervisor at each gate for all the shifts and 1 or 2 people in the first aid booth, but I highly doubt we'll have enough people for rovers. We do have one couple that's what they do because of some ability issues that roving keeps them moving. So we'll have just them on the shift they're coming. But right now I'm pushing for gate supervisors and the first aid booth until we know more for sure what Polk 1's bringing down.
Kimber, in relative to the space PD normally uses to set up, How much space do you think that you'll need over there?
Well, Aaron's gonna have to tell me that.
Oh,
I am depending on, because I don't really know the footage down there. Usually we're on the opposite side. So, Aaron, I just have that 20-foot diameter tent that we're going to set up. So wherever it's the best spot for that, we'll take it.
Yeah, it'll be where the command post usually is.
Okay.
Kind of set back in the trees, and then maybe I know you always set up your trailer and like a little display or whatever up front. I kind of thought maybe do that where the police department normally is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not even so sure we're going to bring the whole trailer down. Like everyone else, I've got 3 people committed to set up and 3 people committed to take down, which is not a lot of labor. So we may just get the tent up and put some things inside, and some tables around the outside edges, and not bring the trailer down. I'm not sure. We may park the trailer inside and just not unpack it as a visual.
Gotcha.
I'm not really sure at this point, but yeah, we'll fit that space if that's where you put us.
Yep, I just figure there's power right there instead of having to drag it under the bridge and up to you on the other side. So,
is there hose? Is there water?
Yes, all the way back from Larry. But yes, I will get you water.
That way we can have misters in case it does get hella hot and we have people who are dying.
Yes, mega hot.
Okay.
All right, guys, I think really the last thing that we need to touch on tonight is kind of some expectations at the event itself. We haven't touched on this a whole lot in the past, so we're going to just have a brief conversation about it tonight. And that is, I want to make sure the expectation is out there for all of our commission members, that the expectation is if the event is going on, that you're present and you're there and you're helping out wherever help is needed. This year is going to be a little bit different. We are obviously lacking a little bit of help in the cleanup area. So my expectation is that we all pitch in as commission members to jump out there if we still have that need for trash. I have been given some optimistic news that we'll have a crew for cleanup. However, it's not anything that's set in stone right now. So it's not anything that I'm banking on. It's not anything that I'm going to rely on. If anybody has any conflicts with not being able to be out at the park at 6 a.m. with our trash bags and rubber gloves to help clean up, let's talk about it offline and kind of see how we can work around that. I don't, I mean, if there's a valid reason as to why you can't be there, then, obviously you can't be there, but let's at least talk about it. That way all of us are literally pitching in with the trash and stuff. And it doesn't, yes, Karen.
When you say 6 a.m., so you mean Sunday morning and Monday morning?
Yeah, well, Sunday morning specifically, that way the park can be cleaned for church, for church in the park. Monday, I have a crew that's going to be out there early Monday morning, so I'm not as concerned about Monday morning. My biggest concern is Sunday. Monday we can put off a little bit later, get a little bit of sleep from the night before. So like I said, if anybody has a conflict with that, just reach out to me outside of this meeting. I want to make sure that we're all there to support it, and it doesn't fall just on a few people. Things I'm talking about is like Aaron. I know oftentimes you're out until 2 or 3 in the morning putting gates and stuff up. This year, I hope that we're not there because they should be there and the park's sealed up and stuff. But I know that you do a lot of stuff late at night. So if you're out until 2 o'clock in the morning and we're all at home sleeping, obviously, I'm not going to expect to see your bright, shiny smile at 6 o'clock Sunday morning, but I'm sure it will be because we'll wake you up. But yeah, that's that expectation, guys. Let's all get out there. Let's pitch in this year. It is a grueling 2 days, but it's fun.
It is fun.
It's exhausting, but it is awesome to see the community out having a good time. And especially with the event only being 2 days this year, I think it's feasible for all of us to jump in there and get that done.
So,
all right. Yeah.
Vicky, I have a question for Vicky. How do I phrase it? Have you tried to get a hold of the EAA group? I know they're a bunch of older gentlemen, but
Yeah, I will try that. Through the air park thing, most of the members are there, but I will check with my neighbor on how to make a more direct appeal to them. And I had mentioned in my email, perhaps the young Eagles, the kids who, get the free flights up, would be interested. So I need to find a better contact person to make a more direct appeal there.
And I think for a nonprofit type thing, we might be able to give some incentive. Don't know. I'm trying not to talk out of turn, but Janice, we have done things in the past for their help.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, Janice, I have kind of a crazy
Nathan's
idea.
got his hand up too.
Oh, sorry. I didn't have my hand up. I wasn't smart enough to do that or have the great process right now. So I'm really sorry. But like I literally looked for it and I'm like, I don't even know where to find that right now. And it's just my level of tired. I'm just thinking back to a couple years ago when we didn't have enough garbage pickup on the morning of the 4th from the night before. And Red jumped in and was a huge help down there. Those of you who know Red, that just came to mind. And I'm wondering if we have any reason, opportunity to have outreach with any of our homeless folks downtown, just to kind of let them know if they show up early Sunday morning and help pick up garbage, maybe we'll provide them with a free meal.
There is another point that needs to be brought up on that. Sorry, Nathan. There is a guy who's currently camping in the bike campground, and his plan is to be there through the 6th. I told Sean we were going to close the campground from the 2nd to the 5th, but he is already established for the most part. I have no problem with him being there, other than maybe we need to have him buy a wristband. I don't know. It's up to the police department really whether he gets to stay there or not.
Well, my concern with that would be him coming and going from the park if the park is sealed off.
Yeah.
Prior to 4 p.m.
Yeah, that was my technical difficulty. We'll have to maybe address that when it becomes time.
Okay.
So, yeah.
We'll do that. Nathan?
Back to volunteers for trash pickup. Has anybody contacted the Elks?
That's not a half bad idea.
And there's also the Pee Wee Elks too. They're lower to the ground.
I know that I haven't reached out to them yet. I didn't even think about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And they've always wanted to have a way to do their part with the event too. So
I can mention it. I'm an elk, so
that would be great.
Yeah, I'll hit some elks up and see what they think.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. All right. I didn't get in touch with Pride Vending. They kind of slipped my mind, but I got in touch with them yesterday. So we will be able to have the ATMs back this year. We're going to connect sometime tonight or tomorrow and iron out the details there. But it hit me when I was at the park yesterday where we were standing, and I was kind of picturing things, and it dawned on me that, oh, wait a minute. There's all these little details that we skipped last year that we got to go back to. So we'll have those in place. Thank you, Shannon, for offering to talk to the Lions. Anybody else have anything we need to discuss right away? our focus right now needs to be getting that media out. Hopefully we can get that translation done tomorrow so we can roll that out. I think that's just going to be super important. We need to keep it the topic of discussion to where the wristbands can be bought at. Aaron, did you get the ducks to Lisa yet?
I did not, but I will do it first thing tomorrow.
Sure. Okay. All righty.
I'm busy this morning getting fencing.
All right, you're excused. So we'll focus on getting that stuff out, and Shannon, I will get with you on helping count with wristbands. The last thing to address, I'm sure everybody knows, there has been a party that has come forward and was able to get everything logistically aligned to have a parade. So we will be seeing a parade coming down Main Street. They are going to follow the traditional route. Originally, I had expressed my concerns that we weren't prepared for the parade to come through. So I had asked that they alter the ending of their course. But after talking with Aaron and Chief Mason, Aaron has assured me, I'm going to blame it all on you if it doesn't work, that our vendors will not have a problem accessing the park. Lisa's going to be pretty transparent in communication with them. Our expectation is going to be that they need to be in the park prepping to open by 1 o'clock. If they miss that 1 o'clock deadline, it will be their responsibility to go all the way around, come in over the bridge and enter through Osprey Lane. So she'll get that information out to them in their vendor letter. Other than that, guys, I think
I was going to get in by 1 o'clock when the detour closes or whatever. Are they able to wait for a break in the parade and cross at 2nd Street, or is that not feasible?
We'll always do our best to make that happen, but you know, there are no guarantees, and I think typically they're loading perishables.
Yeah. So that's why I'm hoping that they can get down to Osprey and through that way.
Right.
I'm pretty sure we'll get them all in there beforehand.
Okay.
Nathan?
I don't know that I was first. Maybe Natasha or Vicky beat me. I just saw everybody's hands up all of a sudden. Am I cutting in line?
Go for it.
I was just curious who the group is that's organizing the parade, and if they're interested in public participation, or how they're organizing that, and how to get in touch with them.
So they have created a Facebook page. Let me get that information here. I'll give you the name of it, and then you'll be able to find it pretty easily.
Of course, when you want it, it doesn't come up.
Right. If anybody knows the name of their Facebook page, let me know, because I got to look it up now.
I'm trying. I'm going. It was right there a second ago.
Yeah, it was. I had it up on a text message, and here we go. Nope, that's not it. That's another state. That wouldn't help us much.
And the reason I'm asking is because when I'm talking to people about the 4th of July and that, you know, we're having an event, they always ask about the parade. And I know that there's another group doing it, but I don't know where to send them if their kids, you know, want to be involved or whatever's going on. So.
Well, now's the chance to find out how much they are listening. I want to see the parade page.
Oh, here it is. It is called 2021 Independence Day Parade - Independence in Monmouth. There's forms created. There's forms created that you can get involved either as somebody who's doing a float, if you want to be a financial contributor, a volunteer, both. There's a form you can fill out there that will get you over to the people that you need to go to. It also has a link to the parade information and registration. There will not be, so it's just going to be it's just going to be the regular parade. I don't want to call it the regular parade. It's not regular. Rotary puts on the parade for us, the grand parade that we're all used to. There's not going to be a kiddie parade, and there's not going to be the mini marathon. So it's going to, let's see, they have all of their information. There's links on that Facebook page that will talk to you about how to, what the entry fees are, how to get involved, what the entry categories are. And again, if you want to be a volunteer or anything like that. So, alrighty. Vicki?
Once again, I'm confused. But from the things that I saw, I don't know if it was that Facebook page or Don's or somebody's, but it said it was going to City Hall. Is it going to City Hall or is it going Main Street?
It's going Main Street. I did text her to make those changes. I asked her to make those changes. I thought she had, but this might be in information that was already put out. The parade route did change. It was reflected on the parade permits that she had. I think that she just had verbiage already written up based on previous conversations about my concerns about them going across the park. And then we okayed the change to go with the normal route. So it is going to stick with ending in front of the park.
Okay, because I wanted to let the Ida folks know. And the second part of that is I know they want to know about C Street. And did I hear you say that C Street is going to stay open?
It will close during the parade route because it's a one-way and there's no way through.
Okay.
So yeah, it will be closed during on the 4th.
On the 4th. So for a couple hours or?
Pretty much most of the day.
Most of the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever we close the downtown off, which we used to do at 11, but the parade, because we had the fun run and we had all the other stuff that we needed to deal with. So it may be a little later this year. I need to get with Tino off this meeting and have another meeting.
So I can let people know to plan for Sunday the 4th to be pretty much closed.
I would say from noon, 1 o'clock on, it'll be closed until midnight.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Karen, did you have your hand up at one point in time? Or Natasha, I thought one of you two did.
I did, but so if there's going to be a parade and there's people organizing it, is there any possibility that any of those folks are going to help in the park with cleanup, or are we sort of two very separate entities operating on the same day?
Well, we're definitely two separate entities because the people that are organizing the parade are focused on the parade, and we're focused on the event in the park. Traditionally, we don't put a lot of concern into the parade because the Rotary does an amazing job with it. Right. And definitely looking forward to their return next year if they're in the position to do that. I did extend the invitation to assist with volunteering in the park where our needs were. Dawn and I have had a couple of meetings and just kind of helped her with some information that she needed, and in return I asked her to pay that forward and help us out with a couple of things that we needed. So I'm hopeful that we'll get that support. We'll see.
Okay.
All righty. You guys all ready to make this happen?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys saw the news today. This is completely unofficial and not affecting us at all whatsoever. But I got some information that the state of Washington is going to completely open up their state, lift all restrictions, everything, no matter where they're at with vaccines. I think they said on June 30th or something to that effect. So usually a lot of things that happen in Washington around the 4th of July, questions come down our way for it, because we get a lot of people that come down from Vancouver and stuff. So I don't think, it shouldn't have any effect on us. It's definitely not going to have any effect on our event. Obviously, we're a different state, but I have been getting quite a few messages and phone calls and stuff. So let's just make sure we get that media out there and our message is loud and clear to buy ahead. And if you guys see anybody making comments on any social media that says, hey, don't worry about if you don't get them there, you can buy them at the gate if there's any left over, let's all jump in there to squash that. That is not the goal here. The goal is to have this out and done ahead of time. So
we don't have it set up to do that. We don't have the volunteers to do that, number one. So we can't say that. Even if we had some left over, I don't think we could say that.
Well, I know initially when we first started talking about all of this, initially we had made that thought of, if we do have wristbands left over, but like you said, it takes that volunteer support. So right now with our volunteer numbers really low, it's not something that I'm willing to commit to.
Yeah.
So
we could possibly have somebody selling wristbands day of, like on a corner somewhere, but not at the gates.
Yep. Nope. I agree with that.
Thank you.
And Nathan, there's some pretty good links now on our chat page of this meeting or the parade route and stuff.
Should be able to get right in there from there, Nathan. All right, guys. If nobody else needs anything, let's call it a night and we'll kind of meet up on things that we need to meet up outside.